down the hammer and pick up the pencil. You're about to listen to the Savvy Radio Show. Learn from real-life real estate investors, experience revealed with the Savvy Landlord as your host.
Bang, bang. What's going on, Savvy Investors? This is Steve VanCauwenbergh. You tuned in to the Savvy Radio Show, savvyinvestors.com. Go there, check it out. Actually, I'm in the middle of revamping it, so don't go there right now. But just remember savvyinvestors.com because it's going to be up and coming here pretty soon. But sorry that I've missed the ball, man. I've been so busy. Not really, just trying to enjoy life. I've been reading some detailed books that make me wonder and think, where is this all going? And I probably start the same podcast like this all the time. You got to bear with me. I got about 15 minutes right here. I'm going to try to grind this out as fast as possible, just so I could just drop some content. I got a bunch of podcasts in the work. I just got to stay focused and get it done. And, just like any other entrepreneur, always looking for something else, I guess. But I am focused on a few things: life, health, family. You should do the same. Enjoy it when you can. You never know how long it's going to be. You could be clipped out tomorrow. But let's get down and dirty. These are not in order. This is just what's cracking. These are just the things that I'm learning. They may encourage you. It may wear you out. I don't know, but I'm going to speak very fast. I'm going to go hot and drop it like it's somebody. Okay. All is good in my world. I'm just trying to stay focused. It's crazy. I'm cleaning everything, getting rid of everything, selling everything that I don't need. So I would recommend doing the same. I was in my attic today and I was like, dang, can't believe all this stuff's up here. I don't even know why I'm holding on to this stuff. I don't know if it's midlife crisis, but get this out of your stuff. Get it out, clean. You want it to be simple. I mean, I'm even when I had my financial meeting this morning, I was like, I just want simple investments. If it's complicated, I don't want to be doing it. If it's got too many people involved, I don't want to be involved. I don't know if it's just an age thing, but I want to be fast, fluid, and no jank-a-lank, and you could say millionaire fast lane. I want to be in that lane, jump on those type of investments to move forward, even if I'm passive. Right now, my number one is that I'm learning the name and the game of land development. Now, this is not easy for me because I have to trust someone else. I'm a doer. I'm blue collar. I get down and I get after it and I get it done. And I'm going to figure it out. But I realized I made a great decision by having a GC, a baller GC, but I have to have faith. And it's like I closed on this property 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I'm like, hey, what's taking so long? And I realized you're going to have faith. But I did realize that you must have a backup, right? You can't rely on one person because, I'm trusting his drafter. I'm trusting his concrete guy. I'm trusting his steel connection, whatever. It's really been difficult for me to sit over here. I'm waiting. I'm like, every Monday I have a internal meeting. I go over financials every Monday. I'm grinding it out. Where am I need to be? Where am I going? Who could I delegate to? Who could I outsource to? Who's on my team? Who do I need to update on where we're at? And this property keeps coming to my mind. I'm like, oh, I can't do anything. I got to wait on this guy. So it's very interesting, but I'm having faith. And now I guess if the ball doesn't start rolling, I asked this cat the other day, I was like, man, when are we going to move on forward? Do I need to hire a drafter? He's like, a couple more weeks. Now, again, on his mind, he's not spending money because he's waiting on this gal. But on my mind, man, I'm paying interest. It's like so many dollars a day. And, 5 weeks clicks by. Who paid that mortgage payment? I did. So I'm learning that game of land development where you can do that, but you got to allocate that. You got to have an understanding. Like I talked to an awesome mentor once, and he's like, yep, I just bought these 10 acres for $500,000, and I'm not going to build for 3 years. I'm like, he just equated his holding cost in that mess. I'm like, man, I just, and where I'm at right now, ladies and gents, is like, I'm so, I don't want to say ghetto, so down and dirty that I got to make an instant return. Like if I'm going to go buy this crib, when am I going to get the return back, and what's my ROI, what's my internal rate? And these other ones are the same, but they're just longer plays, like 3 years and 2. This is just sophisticated growing as an investor, not just real estate, just an investor in itself. So I'm learning. That's number one. Number two, I'm building a flex space. If you have any experience in that and you want to be friends, hey, hit your boy up, because I'm interested. Working on all kinds of layouts, rough-in, all this other jazz. I'm learning all these other terms, and just if you have any experience in that at all, let me know. If you bought flex space or if you built flex space, I would love to chat with you. I have a lot of questions I'm trying to figure out. Number three, the little tiny house project down in Chattanooga. I don't know if you know this, but we acquired 115 acres. It is going well. Of course, we have issues, but we have some success. The other day, we drilled a well. We had a drill well guy come, and we went with solar, and we got that mess to work. And victory in our world, just these little minor things. So that's going well. Number four, commercial. I'm 100% commercial. You know, I like single family, and any of my single family friends, I'm down. A couple folks were texting me, "Where are you? Why are you at this meetup?" And I'm like, "Man, I'm just not there right now. If it's commercial, let's talk about it." That's where I'm at right now. I still love single family. Still got a lot of those little bugs, and I like them, and I'm learning. And number five, I'm learning a lot about getting a $3 million loan, and I'm learning a lot about deferred gains. And I'm learning a lot about credit unions. Whoa, I'm telling you right now, credit unions sound glamorous. 4%, 3.5%, 3.25%, 30-year AM, 10-year lock. Oh, gravy. I can cash flow like a, but talking about an enema, talking about bending down, breaking it off, and opening up the can of worms of everything about. The minute I said yes, they clipped my credit, it buoyed down, it came back up. It sounds attractive. And then this underwriter, this credit analysis, I love the words underwriter and then also my analyst. And I'm telling you, I have borrowed enough in the last 20 years, probably, I don't know, $10 million or so. And I've never had so much just details of globally of like wanting tax returns of other businesses that I'm involved in that I'm getting K1s on, or contract for deeds that, you know, are deferred gains, and the difference between your personal financial statement and your business financial statement. And just, I'm like, man, I'm overwhelmed with, wow, I didn't know you can even get that dippity-doo in finances. Like, I help a lot of guys. I help people write their financial statement. I critique it for them. I help them raise money because I just enjoy that process. But man, I'm getting slapped like somebody outside just at the club. I thought I looked at somebody and just smashed me. And I'm like, it's been a struggle. So I don't know. I may have to go back to the old school and just work with the great real estate investing banks that just love what I do. And I love what you do. And let's all be together and make money. That has been a struggle for me. I'm talking about a lot of emails. If you were at the Savvy Summit in Arkansas, you learned a lot about that. And I find I'm still in the middle of that, y'all. So that's what's happening there. Number 6, I am ramping up Savvy. Bang, bang, Savvy Investors, Investor Weekend. It is coming to your market. I don't know. I have a calling to share what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. But if you are a speaker or interested in speaking, or you want to be a part of promoting or being an ambassador for Investor Weekend, or even any interest in education, real estate, we coming to your market. I would love to chat with you. Message me. We got a team assembled. Finally, it's not me. I'm not doing it all. Thank God I got a person that runs that deal. But this gal, she's big time, and she's into details, and she likes to work. So I'm excited to see what Investor Weekend, Savvy Boot Camp. We're doing something in July. We're doing something in Oklahoma City. We're doing something in Florida. I mean, it's gonna be fun. All right. We're gonna learn as intensely as possible to get you your next transaction, next deal, or refi, or private money. These are the subjects I'm into. Get ready, because we're coming. Number 7, every day you need to encourage one person. I'm serious. I'm telling you, this is something I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. And I may have said this before because I just threw all this down on one piece of paper. But I just, no matter how bad it is, how much you got slapped in the face by this bank or whatever the case may be, or the deal fell through, or you bought a house and realized that it needs a roof, welcome to the club. Go still encourage somebody else, especially your team. Someone, maybe if it's in your accountant, maybe it's the lady at the closing company, maybe it's the postmaster, whatever the case may be, a stranger, family, friends. When I try to call one of my homeboys and I can't get a hold of them, I look at my phone. I'm like, who needs a word of encouragement? There's somebody in your world that that needs a word of encouragement. And I'm just going to tell you something right now, something that impacted me this is a guy that I coached a long time ago when I first started coaching. He fell off the face of the earth for a while, and he just disappeared. And, we rekindled, and he just reached out to me, and he said he was struggling and he was going to commit suicide. And I was like, man, what in the world? And, from that conversation on, I was just thankful that he was not dead, but he was in my face. And I'm like, Lord, I was praying at that time. I'm like, what can I say to this dude? And God just said, just encourage this mother. Just say you are successful. What is success? And I just try to build the dude up. And there's another dude that came in my world that some decisions that he made in his life is going to affect him for a little while. And, guys, get out of the mire. Get up, rise up, and follow or call. Or do not follow per se, call somebody and reach out and say, man, I'm hurting in this area. Call me for all that. And it needs to happen. We can't go on this world. I realize the longer I'm here, the more I realize the more I need more people. The more I realize I can't do this on my own. The minute I think that I can is the minute that you fail. So go encourage somebody. Now, number 8, I know this is going to be crazy, flip-flop. Sometimes it's bloody. I'm telling you, this game is bloody. I'm talking about this property I have right now. The neighbors, they're not ruly. They're not nice. I don't want to blast somebody, but drugs is on my mind. Methamphetamine is on my mind. And you want to be lazy and you don't want to deal with it, but you have to deal. It's bloody. Sometimes they'll shoot your camera out on the property. Sometimes they'll come on your property and act a certain way. Sometimes they will threaten you. Sometimes you're going to have to rise up and get the police. It's bloody. The world is not for the faint at heart. If you want to be wealthy, if you want to be successful, it gets bloody at times. You just have to take your lickings and keep on rolling. I should probably get in more detail on what just happened on the property. And you just got to hold up strong and keep walking, keep going straight. Focus on your goal, and that's all that's on your mind. Number 9, I just realized this the other day. And, I could do a whole podcast on this, but I want you to grasp this concept. It takes 6 months to really get a grasp for something. When I started the accounting firm, it took me 6 months just to kind of get acclimated. You've got to build a building. It takes me 6 months to kind of understood. I remember when I first decided to buy this land, I was scared to death. I mean, for real. I was like, I've never built before. I'm gonna die. Someone's gonna rip me off. I don't know how to graze a piece of land. I don't know where the pipes are. I got to get utilities there. How much is that? All that stuff right now is what I'm dealing with right now. But when I go back and think about it, I realize now, 6 months later, that's easy. Like the harder stuff I already dealt with on another project, that's like real big, like a development job. That's like in the just triple that, right? I'm tripping about a $500,000, $300,000 building that I want to go build. Ooh, that sounds sexy. And I was scared I was gonna die. I mean, I've already moved on. 6 months later, I'm like, that's easy. That's not even a part-time gig. I dedicate 2 hours, but I'm just trying to give you perspective of it takes 6 months to understand, to get a grasp. If you wanted to get an Airbnb, it's going to take you 6 months of reading about it, studying, talking to people about it. It's going to take you 6 months to have a healthy relationship with your partner, to really define who or he is. Or if you're dating somebody, it's going to take 6 months just for an awareness. I don't know. You probably already know this. I mean, seriously, I just figured this out like a ding-a-ling, but it takes time and you got to be patient and you just have to just go through the process. I remember my roommate when I was young and he's like, man, there's a 2-year rule. And I was like, what? What's a 2-year? You know, when you date somebody, it takes 2 years. I'm like, you stupid. Well, obviously I made a bad decision at first, but he's right. It takes that kind of time, but you're just immature in your mind. You want it to work right now. You want to have sex right now, but you got to wait. You got to wait 6 months and get engaged and then get married. You can get all that done in a month. You can get all that done in a night if you want to, but the results may not be the same. You hear me? Take time. Get revert. I'm telling you, I love when people read my book. They're like, man, I feel bad for you. All the hardship that you went through. And I'm like, now, 20 years later, I'm like, man, I ain't going through that no more. The school of hard knocks is just whack. That is not how you do it. Now I'm like focused. What am I trying to do? Can I research? How many books can I read? And I know for sure it's going to take me 6 months to have an understanding. So if I open up a new sub sandwich shop tomorrow, which is on my radar, not right now, but one day, or a club, or a brewery, or a bank, or whatever you want to own, a Little Caesars Pizza on the East Side, I think that would be a great investment. It's going to take me 6 months to figure out pizza, cheese, all the jazz. Do you understand? I'm trying to bring it down for you as simplistic as possible. Well, I think our time is up. So that was number 9. I got about 10 more. I'll drop those shortly. Have a great day. This is your boy, Steve VanCauwenbergh. Message me. I'm human just like you. I need encouragement just like you. I hope that you find that this podcast lifted you up out of spirits, that you pick up the phone or you send an email or you text somebody. I would call somebody and say, hey, how you doing? I literally called somebody I haven't spoke to in a year. He's probably uncomfortable that I called, like, what you want? Or why'd you call me? And I'm just like, I have no agenda. Just to say hi. Hopefully you're doing good. And whatever you do, go buy assets.
Thanks for listening to the Savvy Radio Show. Glide online and listen to our other motivating episodes at savvyradioshow.com. Connect on Twitter at LandlordBook and always be buying assets.